Welcome to the OmniCable Wire and Cable Education Series. Today we will focus on shielding and armoring. By the end of this segment, you'll be well versed in shielding and armoring. There are many things to learn about shielding and armoring, but shown here we have identified our main objectives. We will learn what shielding and armoring is, the difference between electronic and power shields, and the different types of shielding and armor. We will also discuss similarities between armor and shielding. We will end with a short quiz to see how much you learned about armoring and shielding. What is shielding and armoring? Shielding is an important part of the construction of a cable because it keeps out any unwanted interference, and it also confines the electrical field within the shield to prevent any unwanted radiation from escaping. Shielding can consist of a sheet, screen braid, or strands of metal, usually copper, aluminum, or conducting material. It is placed around or between electric circuits or their components. Cables often need to be placed in areas where they are subjected to harsh mechanical stresses. This could damage the conductors if they are not properly protected. Armor, usually made from metal, is applied over the cable core to provide this protection. The armor extends the life while improving the reliability, safety, and performance of the cable core. Electronic versus power shields. Electronic shielding protects the cable's conductors from the interference of externally generated electric currents and magnetic interference, which would affect performance. Power shielding tapes and semiconductors manage the electrical stress on medium voltage cables, hence increasing the lifespan and overall safety of these types of cables. Each type of shielding adds to the cost of an item, but are necessary for the maximum performance of a wire. The two types of foil tape shields primarily used in wire are aluminum and copper type shielding. Aluminum type shielding uses an aluminum foil tape, mylar backing, and a tinned copper drain wire. This type of shielding is used in instrumentation and electronic products. Copper type shielding uses a helically applied 5mm copper tape and is primarily used in medium voltage, VFD, and utility control cables. In the case of medium voltage, it is used in conjunction with semiconductor strand and insulation shields. The braided wired shield is primarily used for low-frequency applications. In the case of coax, it is used as a returned conductor. Braided shields are found on many different types of cables needing protection from electromagnetic interference and are often used in combination with foil tapes, as in VFD cables. Another alternative to shielding is concentrically applied copper wire shield, which is embedded in the semiconductive jacket. It consists of 6 concentric shield wires and is used as a shielded medium voltage product. It is a single-sourced item for general cable called Unishield. Served wire shielding is a spirally applied group of wires used for high flexibility applications. It provides greater flex life for cables not needing 100% coverage. It is used primarily in microphone cable, audio cable, and retractable cord. Insulation and conductor shields can be found primarily in medium voltage products. These shields are created by using extruded conductive or semiconductive materials, mainly thermoplastics. Strand shields are extruded onto the copper conductor, which removes air gaps and prevents deterioration of the interior of a wire's insulation. An insulation shield is extruded onto the exterior of the cable's insulation and made from either a conductive or a high dielectric constant thermoplastic, which provides an uniform electric field within its insulation and protects the exterior of the insulation. One of the most effective ways of shielding is combination shielding, which usually includes a foil tape and a braid, therefore providing a dual metallic construction and an added layer of protection. This type of shielding can be found in coaxial cables, VFD, and computer network cables. Interlocked armor is constructed with galvanized steel or aluminum interlocking tape. It has more flexibility than tube or corrugated continuous weld armor, but is not as effective as armor. This is primarily found in aluminum interlocked armor and Tech 90 items. Continuously corrugated weld type armor is highly effective as an armor and provides Class 1 Division 1 capabilities, but is much harder to install due to its lack of flexibility. This type of armor is found in products such as Vitalink, CCW, and CLX. Tube armoring and shielding includes an extruded smooth copper or aluminum sheath layer with low flexibility. This type of armoring and shielding is primarily found in mineral insulated copper cables and CATV trunk cables. Steel-served wire armor is primarily used for protection of the core cables in mines, steel mills, and underwater applications. This type of armor is the most durable type of armor and is used in the most extreme applications. As mentioned previously, there are several armor types that are very effective as shields. Good examples of this will be the continuously corrugated welded armor in copper and aluminum, smooth tube as in MI cable and CATV trunk cable, and several varieties of outside plant cable. These items are particularly useful to protect against electromagnetic interference and lighting protection. Next will be a short quiz to see how much you learned about shielding and armoring. True or false? Shielding keeps out any unwanted interference, and it also confines the electrical field within the shield to prevent any unwanted radiation from escaping. True or false? Armor cables are often used when the material is subjected to light mechanical stress. Match the appropriate shield type with its corresponding definition. Drag the shield type to its appropriate characteristic. Aluminum type foil tapes can be best described as. True or false? Braided wire is typically used for high frequency applications. True or false? Served wire shielding is a spirally applied group of wires used for high flexibility applications. True or false? Some cables use multiple styles of shields at one time. For instance, a braid and foil tape. Match the type of armor with the most appropriate characteristic. Drag the type over to its best match. True or false? Some armor types can also act as a shield. This concludes the OmniCable Shielding and Armoring Education Series module. Thank you for taking the time to learn about shielding and armoring.